Hello everyone, I'm Ep-24. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. I always enjoy having you here. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and let's get into some gaming. We just got done building our truck here, and we already took it out for a little spin. We got it over there in the oils where we built it at, or what the oil place is, because we needed the rubber to build it. So now we have that, and it's good. It has a whopping lot of slots. And it's big. It's a bruiser, that's for sure. And now we have to go and upgrade some more stuff to get some more stuff going. So we'll probably still use our tractor for like running around and stuff, but we're going to start using our truck to gather more stuff and, you know, different things like that. And I should be able to take out some of the bigger enemies a little bit easier. Now that we have that done, let's go ahead and go into here and let's go see about opening up some stuff. What I would like to do is start by doing this. This shouldn't be too bad to do. We do have a lot of this stuff, so let me just go ahead and get this going here, and then we will get this one, mainly because I want to see this manufacturer thing, and then we'll be able to open the computer, heavy modular frame, modular engine, and adaptive control unit. Alright, now I'm going to start gathering up this stuff. We'll get this stuff in, and then we'll get this one going. So I just got done over here gathering some plastic and rubber, and I'm looking at our oil extractor, and this thing was, we talked about sloshing before. It was doing a lot of sloshing. So right now what I did is I put in a valve, so that way it can continue going, and hopefully it can. 300 meters a minute. Let's scoot that down to there, and let's go see if that's gonna help. It is not exactly helping as much as I was hoping, but this thing keeps on being idle, and then it makes the rubber, so I don't know if maybe this thing just actually does need to be set higher. That way it can keep this one going, because this keeps on getting idle for some reason, and because of that it keeps on doing that thing. So I just don't know what's going on here. Wish it wasn't idle as much, but it is. And then it will make some rubber here in a minute, and I don't know why it is getting so backed up so fast. I wish I knew, but I just don't know. So it will be making some here in a minute, and then it stops making it for a little bit, and I really don't know what is causing this. So it'll do it, and then it stops, and it does it, and it stops. So we don't really have as much rubber as I was hoping that we would. My main thing is I would like to get this guy set up over here as well, so that we can have a second container over here that just has rubber in it. That would be optimal. That would be the best. I wish we could put one right on top. That would be good. That would actually help out a lot. Something that I did find out too is under Q, before we go back over and build that stuff, we have the option for this industrial storage container, and it has 2 conveyor belt ports and 2 conveyor belt output ports. The problem is it's like big and open in the inside apparently, and so if you have 2 different things coming in, those 2 things will come out on the same belt. So it kind of makes it a little bit hard to keep stuff going. So my best idea for this right now is just to have 2 of these stacked on each other, and then from there we can figure out what we're going to do with that. So what I'm going to do right now is just go ahead and put up another storage container on top of here, and then we can get that done, and then we can actually have the stuff from over here, the rubber, go to up there, and maybe that will actually help out a little bit, I hope. Let me go and see about putting in some things here so that we have that, because it would be good to have that stuff in. Just going to set you up about like that, and let's put you in about maybe right there, and then we'll see if we can get some things coming down over here. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to do this as well. Put one on the other side, because I kind of forgot that I have to do that. Now, let's line you up. Nope, not with you. Thank you. And then we'll feed those guys. From there to there, and then from here up to about here or so, nice and fairly straight, I hope. And then from there, we should be able to make them go up to there. Unless... looks like I built them a little bit backward. We're going to have to undo this and make them go the right way. Doggone it. Okay, now I think I have things going the right direction. Just had to probably just take off the conveyor belt more than anything. There we go. Take this guy. I don't know. I didn't think that was going to work out so well. So I'm going to have to put up another one over here. And if I can have that guy go in somewhere over here, like maybe that. We'll see how well this does. It's gonna look mighty funky, I know, but hold on. Okay, that's all right. Just had to make sure. From there, and then we'll do that. There we go. All right, now we have that going in. That's gonna help. Now everything should be a little bit better. It is a little steep on this side, but I'm sure it's going to work out just fine. And then we'll have all the rubber going also up there, and then maybe that will actually help. So we can actually have some things going on here that are going to work. And now, the only thing that's really clipping is the plastic, and it isn't super clipping, so that's good too. Now we have two of these guys going on. That one's getting a little bit full, and this one will be getting full. So we do have the rubber now, as far as I know, and we also have the plastic. That's the main thing that I was coming for, is the plastic. So, I don't want that petroleum coke. I want regular coal. Now, let's get back over to our base. Let's go put in the plastic, and then we can open up that manufacturing machine. Alright, let's get ready to go put that stuff in now that I'm back at the base. And I really like driving the tractor, but I really want to drive that truck some more and just go see what we can do with that. So that would be a lot of fun. As you can tell, I don't oftentimes drive backwards. Okay. Let's go put in that 200 now, and then we'll have this. Now we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and... oh wait, we need 400. Good thing I did grab the extra 100. Alright.
Milestone reached. Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such as computers and heavy modular frames, but most importantly the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of Project Assembly. You are making good progress. The future is starting to look bright.
Well, thank you, thank you. At least you said I'm making good progress, so that's good. Alright, so we have a new machine that we can put in, and things are really getting complicated right now. Let's go to production. Okay, there's that manufacturer. We need 50 more of the plastic to be able to build that thing. 55 megawatts can crafts 3 or 4 parts into another part. Okay, so I gotta go back, get some more plastic. This time, let's go ahead and just take this guy with us. He should be able to do okay. And we're going to go back. We're going to get the plaster. We're going to see how everything else is doing. And hopefully they're doing okay, but we won't know until we actually get that far. So let me get the plastic, and then we'll see about building that and what the heck we do with that thing. Alright, let's go see where we can set this thing up at. Even if we don't have any power hooked up to it, I'm sure that we can see if we can set it up somewhere. I just don't know exactly. Oh, this thing's big. Okay, we have to go someplace where we actually have some room to work with so we can at least just see it. I want to just go see what a monstrosity this thing is so that way we'll know. And then we can figure out where we're going to, put it and what we're going to do with it and everything else. Alright, there we go. Build your first manufacturer. Nice. Alright, so this is the manufacturing thing, and it has a whopping lot of slots, and it's big, and it's pretty amazing so far. So the modular engine, we're going to have rubber, and it looks like some of those pieces, the motors and the smart plating, so that stuff's going to have to be moved around quite a lot just to make a modular engine. The adaptive control unit. Okay, that takes the computer chips, and I don't know where we do the computer chips. Assembler and crafting bench. Okay, so we have to have that in an assembler, which is plastic and the copper sheets. Let's go over here to an assembler, and let's just go see what we can do here, and then... Okay, there we go. Circuit board, we have copper and plastic sheets. That's going to be a huge problem because, for one thing, we just don't have a good source of plastic nearby. We have to truck it in, which is probably going to require... I'm thinking we'll just use this guy since he's been our go-to, and he can take a whole bunch of stuff for us. That will help. That way he can get that stuff. We'll have to set up a station over there, of course. And then we can have him get the plastic. We can have him truck it over. We may have to build another tractor to have him get the rubber. But we're going to wait for a while for that. So things are kind of going to be a little bit hard to do right now. And as far as the computer goes, circuit boards. Okay, heavy modular frames. This isn't too bad. We can deal with this. So we just need screws, and all the stuff is on the other side, all except for this right here. But actually it isn't, because... So that is the modular frames, and then I'll show you. As you know, we have modular frames over here this way because it's making the versatile framework, which is something that we do need, of course. So let me go show you real quick, and then we can be figuring out what we're going to do. So out here, we do have the modular frames in here. And we can probably figure out a way to have these guys be moved to be able to take them somewhere. I don't know exactly how we're going to do that. We could put in a splitter somewhere here, potentially, and go see if we can move some modular frames from here to another place. I just don't know how well the splitter is going to work, and that's going to be one of the problems. We may have to figure out how we're going to do that, and I just don't know, because we do got to have a way to get those. Unless we have it over there where the other modular frames are, which, I mean, we could do. That would not be all that horribly bad. It would just take a lot of work. Let me just go ahead and put in those guys. That way we can keep this guy going to make the versatile framework. And he's coming along pretty good. So 100, 200, 300, 4, 5, 6, 700. 744. We have 500 to go before we have, well, a little less than 500 to go. Before we actually have all that we need for the versatile framework in the next stage of the space thing up there. So there is that. This thing is going to require a lot, and I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. So that's going to be a huge, huge problem. I don't even know where I'm going to put it or anything because everything is so everywhere. And I may be able to set up like some of these foundations or something over here. And maybe have stuff feed in to make something over here. I just don't know. That's going to be a problem, and we can do it. It's just going to require a lot of work and a lot of maneuvering things around. So right now, we just don't have a lot of room to work with over here because everything is taken. But I'm sure that we can figure it out. We have built quite a bit of complicated stuff. We could build that up here or something, then we could probably have stuff being routed to wherever we need it, and then we can have it up on here. And it can also be wired in really easy with the different things that we have going on here. That would be a-okay. We just got to make sure that we do have some free power slots, and as far as I know, we do have a free power slot there, so that's good. But that thing's going to take quite a lot to do, so there is that. Alright, well, I think this is probably going to take a lot of work, so I may not be able to put out as many videos as I was on this because I don't know how I'm going to do this exactly. I'm going to have to figure that out. And I will work on that soon, but we do have that, and we're going to be making a lot of plastic and a lot of other stuff. And I want to go see if we can open up like anything else like this, because we can do this too. Let's open up the monorail train technology as well. Let me gather this stuff. We'll get this stuff in, and then we will begin moving on and getting some of this stuff done. Now ready to put in the last of the stuff, the 1,000 steel pipes that we have here. This pretty much depleted all of our steel beams and a good portion of our encased industrial beams and most of our motors. So we don't have hardly anything left. That's the whole problem. But right now we do have this. So at least we can open up the train technology. Okay, good.
Milestone reached. Trains are excellent for efficiently moving vast quantities of parts. Train logistics can be made more precise and complex with tools found in the railway signaling milestone. I listen to all my pioneers, often when they're not even aware of it. So due to popular demand, I have added a motivational message. Choo-choo mother.
Oh, she's funny. She cracks me up. That was hilarious. Oh, you're funny. You guys make me laugh. That was funny. Okay, so now we have trains. Let's go to Q and let's go to vehicles. Transport. Sweet. Truck station tractor. Ooh, electric locomotives. We do actually have enough stuff to make an electric locomotive, but we also need the rail cars and we need train station. We can probably have more than one car, I can tell you that much. Most likely a train station we're going to have to set up, which of course is going to load and unload. And then that'll of course mean that we're going to have to get stuff routed in a freight platform. This one loads and unloads. This is just a train station. Serves as a hub for locomotives which can be set to navigate and stop at a train station. Connect power to the train station to power up the trains on the railway. Station platforms unloads and unloads freight cars that stop at the freight platforms. Loading and unloading operations can be set by configuring the building. Snaps to other platforms and stations. Fluid freight trap platforms, so we can also do fluids, and then of course empty platforms, so it creates empty spaces, and then empty platform with catwalks so we can be above it. A railway, so that's going to be pretty expensive, especially if we go any distance at all. That's going to be quite expensive. And then of course a stop that prevents trains from derailing at the end of a railway, which we'll have on both ends for sure. So we do have this going. I want to go see what that looks like. We won't, of course, we'll have to put a track down, but at least we can see him a little bit, huh? That's cool. It doesn't really let us look at it, even though it is more of a 2D projection than anything, because you can't turn it. So maybe what we can do is actually set up a... Ooh, holy moly, okay. Let's go set up a little bit of this, just so we can see. I really want to see. Let's just set you up like that right there. Track is too short, and let's just go ahead and build you out like that. Okay, there we go. Now we should be able to put a locomotive on there. Sweet, so we can at least see. Sweet, so that's what the locomotive looks like. That is amazing. That thing is pretty doggone awesome. I like those wheels sitting at an angle like that. That is really cool looking. And of course, we're going to have power. So I don't know. Forward and reverse, W and S. Oh, okay. It does move. It does move. Whoa, 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 whoa. Doggone, he broke. Okay, we cannot go anywhere else, and that's okay too. But that's interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and get out. So, we derailed the train. Press C to re-rail train. Alright. So we gotta see this thing at least a little bit, and I don't know if we actually... we can't even do that. Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay, press E to re-rail train. And I don't know if we can even... Train has derailed. Alright, well that's interesting. We just keep on derailing the train. Let's go see about putting on a stop now before we, you know, injure ourselves or something. Okay, there we go. I guess it's going to have to work like that. I really don't know. We're going to have to... okay, yes, it has to go on like that. Okay, let me go build some more track first. That way we have that. Track is too short. We'll do that. We'll put a buffer on the end, and then that way he won't be, you know, derailing all the time. Now, can we go back? Oh, space. Okay. He is not going to go backwards because we don't have any power. Okay. So he's just going to go downhill. Alright, we're just going to hit the space. Whoa, baby, here he comes, here he comes. Okay, well that's very interesting. Open train menu. Manual driving. Okay, turn on self-driving. I'm not going to worry about that because I don't really want to worry about that. But at least we got to see a little bit of the train, and you can see just how big that thing is. That thing's pretty monstrous size looking. It's pretty awesome, you know, that we can get up on it. I think that's cool. And I like the tracks, too. That's pretty cool looking. I mean, a big, wide track. I do like that. That's awesome. And then, of course, you know, we have this. So we need to hook up power to it, which means it has to be hooked up to a station, which means the station needs to be powered, etc., etc., etc. So, for right now, I think I'm just going to unbuild this so we don't have to worry about it. And I'm just going to unbuild all the track. So that way we don't have to worry about that. So for right now, we got to see what the train looks like. That's pretty awesome. I think that's amazing. And now we also have our big manufacturer that is going to... Holy moly, that thing's big. It towers over these other little ones, and it's just really big. That thing's crazy big. I didn't realize it was this big. So we have our manufacturer now. That's awesome. That thing is crazy. So now we're going to be able to make a lot more stuff. And then after that, we'll be able to build even more stuff. And that's going to be the fun part. So we have a lot of stuff to be able to do. And we're going to have to be able to get stuff over here, which is going to be a problem. We're also going to have to get the plastic over here or something and be able to make the parts in here. Let me go see about this right here, the circuit boards. Okay, we need copper sheets and the plastic. So if we can somehow set up one of those over here, because we have copper sheets over here, and if we can get that set up, maybe we can actually get that going, and then we should be doing pretty good because the copper sheets should be in this one here. So we do have a lot of copper sheets. That's good. Just getting the plastic over to here is going to be the fun part, but once we can get this going, maybe we have to build it up out here, and if we do, then we can of course get stuff going across this way out here. And that's going to be a lot of fun, but I do really think it's going to be a while before I actually get this going. So I may not have a video on this for a little while, just so that you know. So if you're, anticipating one, it is going to be a work in progress, and it's going to take me a while. Hopefully I'll be able to do it fairly soon. And I also did hook up the other coal miner to the truck station because we were bringing over like 40 or 60 coal at a time. So that way all the coal is going to be feeding into that truck station, and then if we need it, we can always go and get some more coal or something like that. I'm sure we can figure it out. And hopefully that will work out good, and if we do need coal, it should be doing pretty good in here, and it is keeping up with our station that is just down over here. I checked and it was really full, so that is always good. That's what I'm hoping for. Just right down there. That's awesome. And hopefully we can continue making some good progress. It is just going to be a while before we're going to be able to do anything. So this is Satisfactory. Thank you for joining me here. It is going to be hard, and it is going to be a lot of work, but I'm sure that we can get this figured out. And then once we do, then we'll be able to get this space thing going too and get the next phase, and that's going to be one of the hard parts. Hopefully we'll be doing okay, and until then, you have a great day, and I will talk to you next time, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.